My name is Orpheus. Once a novelist, but after losing my memory, I couldn't complete any valuable writing. Now I'm just a private detective with no clients. Until I received a strange request. Investigate an infamous estate and find a man's lost daughter. Besides the check, it was the name on the letter that intrigued me. Not Orpheus, but... an alias that almost nobody knew, but me. For somewhere that's been deserted for 10 years, this room's in remarkable condition. I think I'll stay here for the night. But it's too dark in here. I need to find an alternative light source before the fuel in this lantern runs out. I know it's all psychological. These candles really calm the nerves. Paper airplane? Something that children usually play with. This looks like a page from a diary. Interesting. The date is from several days ago. The person who wrote this is most likely connected with our missing person. This seems to be the place where the game was played. The diary suddenly stops here. What on earth does that mean? A carnival? It reads like something that was written by a lunatic. I really hope that Mr. Reichenbach's daughter is not involved in this. Find the rest of the diary and find out what's happened here. There should be other clues among these. The black powder seems to be charcoal. The answer is probably close by. There happens to be a fireplace here. There must be some more clues around here. It's firmly attached to the fireplace. It seems to actually be a part of the fireplace. It is obvious that these entries were not written by the same person. They've raised more questions than they have answered. I think I can catalog the particulars of all the authors into profiles based on the information I've found. would seem that the rules don't apply to more about the situation. The information on the hunter is key. I need to know what he wanted to do next. Technique, patterns, disposition, traits, everything. These thorns were apparently used to protect things that he didn't, even if someone wanted to try their luck. Simple. I think the hunter must have used a pair of iron gloves. About 10 years ago, I was found unconscious at the scene of a fire due to an accident. I wasn't injured, but when I woke up, I realized I had lost my memory. It was with the help of others that I learned I was a fairly well-known writer of detective stories, but I could not recall a single memory, even when reading the words that were written by my own hand. things rarely turn out as one hopes. I was quickly discarded by the public since I could no longer write anything of significance, and the detective firm that I started wasn't getting any worthwhile cases. I gave up on myself and turned to drink. I began having these episodes. After drinking heavily, I would wake up the next day with cuts all over my body. Sometimes I would come to, only to notice strange objects I would not normally use next to me. At first, I chalked it up to alcohol-induced blackouts, but even after I sobered up, the situation persisted, and there were no signs that the episodes would stop. It got worse, and the blackouts lasted longer and longer. In the end, I realized the root of the problem, at least according to my neighbors. It wasn't memory loss, but another soul in my body that had awakened. This is not a time in history when people believe in things like witchcraft. And these diaries are the key.